Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin'. It's D-Boss. Reacts to this vid by Jamari. This is Lana Rhoades is Sad. I don't know who the hell this is, but a few people have asked me to watch it, so sure, we're going to figure out why she's sad and who the hell this is and what's going on with her. So I know my voice is kind of gone. I turned up a little too much this weekend, so that's why I sound a little off. But, you know, there's that. We're going to power through it. But, yeah, let's see who the hell this is and why she's sad.
So I'm sure at this point most people, at least men, know who Lana Rhoades is. She entered the adult film industry in 2017 when she was only 21 years old and quickly rose to the #1 adult film star in the world.
Really?
With classics like What Are You Doing, Stepbrother? And Sis Gets Stuck in the Dryer. Seriously though, her popularity grew at a light speed pace and she could be described as having overnight fame.
Hi, my name's Lana Rhoades. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Quickly, she was the person many celebrities and athletes alike wanted to get with. Despite all of this newfound attention she was receiving, few knew that while she was making all these films like a modern Scorsese, she was married to this dude named John for 5 years. Yes, I'm serious. You know that type of relationship is not for the faint of heart. She met this man when she was only 17 years old, working at a restaurant called The Tilted Kilt, which is like a Hooters type of restaurant, only the waitresses are wearing what is essentially a schoolgirl's outfit.
Tilted Kilt, the kilt was the entry point to like objectifying yourself for a living?
Pretty much. Way to go.
Once she turned 18 and it became legal, she started performing at a strip joint.
I used to get like my first pair of like stripper shoes. I found like guys on Craigslist that lived in like different states. I'd pick out stripper shoes that I wanted and they'd send them to me and I'd send the pictures of like my feet in them, and I was like 16. So I got like my first pair of stripper shoes and I went to the strip club.
What are stripper shoes?
Like heels? Like the clear shoes, like the big heels, yeah.
And she even claims when she was a kid that she already knew she wanted to be some sort of adult performer.
You always knew that that was something that you were interested in?
Sort of. I watched The Girls Next Door, like a Playboy, like Evan Cole Smith and stuff, and I sort of just felt like, oh, they're so pretty and they have all this nice stuff, I want to be like them. I didn't realize, oh, I'm wearing this outfit and guys are looking at me sexually. I was sort of really dumb and naive at 17, 18, 19.
So this is just the first example of this woman acting naive to avoid personal accountability. There's no way at 17 years old someone couldn't understand the concept that creepy men go into these places to gawk at and flirt with women. They get a little attention, the woman gets the money. It's a very transactional event for everyone involved, just like everything else this woman ended up doing in her career. And while she was still performing in these films, putting up triple-double numbers every single night, she was winning awards, she was making connections, and overall you would think that she would be happy, living what was essentially the life of a wealthy influencer. But deep down she felt disgusting, as most of the things she was doing on set of these films were beyond degrading.
Basically, this guy had a bowl and he gagged me until I threw up into it, and then he bowl, and during the scene he asked me to drink it.
This wouldn't be the first.
Oh, bowl. I thought she said bull. B-U-L-L. Okay, let's go back out of here. The story again.
Guy had a bowl and
my bad.
He gagged me until I threw up into it, and then he bowl, and during the scene he asked me to drink it.
This wouldn't be the first instance of Lana putting money over her own personal pride, but to truly understand the Lana Rhoades story in its entirety, you have to go all the way back to her adolescence, where she describes herself as a troubled teenager who fell into what was basically a criminal cult when she was only 15 years old. She claims that this gang of what she says were hippies forced her into the adult entertainment industry, and that they would take all of the money she had earned, and that by the time she was only 16 years old, she had already been to prison for assisting these people in home burglary. When she recalls this moment in her life, she once again fails to take accountability for her actions.
I would get on his shoulders and climb over after the counter was closed.
And you would steal cigarettes?
Yeah.
For context, in a different video, I talked about how people keep using the word accountability excessively as of late. So yeah, there's that.
I didn't even smoke. Literally,
and he's used it 2 times in his video, 3 minutes into the video.
And that eventually led to you being the small person that got put through windows to rob houses at one point, right? Is that what it was?
I've never talked about this on camera, Mike.
Well,
so I went to prison for a year, from 16 to 17, and
you were the lookout of this armed robbery.
More
Clan of hippies.
Like, nah, I didn't help them. I just drove the getaway car. I just enabled the crime to happen. And you guys know theft like this happens all the time, everywhere, even online. In fact, every single day your personal data is likely being sold behind your back on the web. There are thousands of data brokers harvesting personal information and selling it to unknown businesses to be used however they please. Data companies often have access to some of, if not all of the following information. And you guys don't want that, but the good news is, with the sponsor of
I knew this shit was coming. It was kind of smooth though, but I was getting suspicious as it was progressing. I was like, something ain't right.
Today. And so by the time Lana Rhoades was 22 years old, only 1 year after making all these films, she decided to leave the adult industry once and for all, which is not exactly an uncommon thing to see in this line of work, as a Greg can be damn near instantaneous with uploading said videos. Keep in mind, during this 8-month period that she was active, she made over 250 films. Like damn, she had more work ethic than 2002 Kobe Bryant. After this, she started dating Logan Paul's left nut, and this made the two of them much more famous and opened up more revenue streams for herself as she blew up on OnlyFans and Instagram and even had a podcast for a little while there.
You can make $1 million from just a couple videos on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Legit $1 million?
Yeah.
All while this guy Mike was also using her for content and clout at every turn, harvesting millions of views off of this relationship.
It always just felt weird to me to have a breakup video. And here I am making a breakup video.
So that went on for a while, and then when the two of them finally parted, that's when things really started to get a little more scammy and hypocritical for this woman, who was already filthy rich compared to the reality for most people in this world. First off, she scammed the shit out of her audience with an NFT rug pull during the height of the crypto and NFT mania, where people were shelling out loads of cash for digital images.
Hello, CryptoSys community. First of all, I want to thank all of you for being part of my very first NFT project.
The premise of her products was to buy these JPEG NFTs that was somehow going to be tied to her career, and these magical NFTs will just increase in value over time as she gains more popularity.
She says, quote, "The brand plus value will keep growing with every drop." So her fans thought this was going to be some kind of long-term investment, I guess. And of course, it wasn't. If you look at her roadmap, it was pretty clear things were promised that weren't delivered on.
This was something many rappers and athletes alike were doing at the time, and they marketed it like you were betting on the person's career to continue to prosper. And fans of whatever influencer or athlete really ate this up. A dude even got a tattoo of one of these CryptoSys NFTs. I mean, what an absolute clown. It's apparent that these parasocial relationships between influencers, quote unquote, and their fans are going way too far. Like, can you imagine being the dude who did this tattoo trying to hold back your laughter? Either way, she promoted these NFTs.
To be fair,
who gonna know that's her? In less than 24 hours, as the value went like a roller coaster from all the way up to all the way back down. While she allegedly made over $1.5 million, with her excuse being that it all got to be too much for her to handle. But you know, I'm still gonna run off with all this money. And she somehow got away with this, walking the streets freely after committing what's basically fraud. And it really just goes to show me how gullible people are, and willing to take a chance on their favorite influencer person, who in turn will completely screw them over, feeling no remorse. And so that was just another instance where she put her pride and her reputation kind of on the back burner just for the sake of money. And now with this latest entry into her life, she has had a child. And let's take a second just to think about
I think I reacted to a video where they show her, and they was saying her baby better know how to fight by the time he 3 years or some shit like that. And I didn't get the joke. I'm like, what are they talking about? But I think that it was about her.
Going to be for this poor kid at school. I'm not even going to show
Somebody's
him,
like, oh, that's
I
a porn star.
Considering the line of work she is involved in, she should be much more careful with how she shows off her son.
Oh,
and the thing with her son is that apparently she's always talking about how she is essentially a single mother because the father could apparently care less about this poor kid.
Because he's not involved whatsoever. So
the father?
Yeah, he's not involved whatsoever.
Zero. Like money, nothing?
Nothing.
Oh.
No money, not seeing Milo, anything.
But Lana definitely makes sure to let people
name.
know that she had a kid with an NBA player, which has led to much speculation involving Kevin Durant and Blake Griffin.
Also, don't have kids with NBA players. That's another one.
And all I can really think is that his identity should have really been kept private, and at this point it seems like he is used more as a tool for garnishing attention than anything else. It really is just crazy to me, the decisions we all have to make in life, and this should really all go as a lesson to the impressionable youth, that this influencer lifestyle crap is really not all it's cracked up to be. I know it's like the main thing kids want to be nowadays is like a TikToker or maybe even a YouTuber. And while you kids might think you want someone's life because they're famous and they're rich and they can afford anything they want, they get to meet all these other celebrities, they get to do all these things that you consider to be cool. Typically underneath all of that, there's a lot of sad stuff going on in the background. And with the instance of Lana Rhoades' life, it's really no exception. Personally, I do think that a lot of it goes all the way back to not ever being able to take any accountability in your own life. Because when you can't personally take accountability and you feel like you're never in the wrong, I feel like you can never really grow as a person. But I really do want to know, where do you guys think her career will go from?
I just said in the other video, niggas love accountability now. They love saying it. What's I about to say? Oh, he's right about a lot of influencers being sad because their lives are constantly picked apart. The way that they live their lives is constantly on display, and it's so overwhelming to have so many people have so many negative things to say about who you are as a person. That's why I highly recommend, if you're going to, try to be an influencer, try to go down a route where you don't have to document your life. You don't have to reveal anything about your life. Do that. Reactions are great for that. I reveal things about my life in very small doses, and I give very minimal detail because no, I'm not interested in people being all of my fucking business and having opinions on how I live my goddamn life. Like, that shit is really stressful. I did vlog for a while in the past, and I kind of experienced that, and it was just not pleasant at all. And then I had like a public relationship as well, so a lot of people had opinions about that. It's just not, it's not it. I fucking hated it. I did not like that many people being in my life like that. It's not a good feeling. So I can only imagine people who have millions of fucking followers, like what they go through. Like, that shit is wild, and y'all be wanting this. This is not it. I'm telling you, it's not it. You think these people are so happy and they're in such a good place. They got all this money. Y'all only focus on the positives, but there are so many negatives, and that is a huge, huge negative for a lot of influencers. If you actually like hear them talk about their experience as an influencer, you will hear a lot of them say the same thing, that they don't like the excessive criticism that they receive. Because 90% of it is not even fair criticism. Like, people just want to say negative things about you. It's just a lot. Anyway, this porn star chick, though, sure, it's her fucking life. I don't understand what she's doing that's so sad. What's sad about... I mean, of course, you can say that's not the best career to have, whatever. But the reality is, there are porn stars. There are prostitutes. There are people who have, questionable... jobs. So it's like, okay, I don't understand what she's done that's so sad. Well, I mean, the scamming crypto thing, that's, if she did scam people, then that's sad. But overall, I don't feel like she's this big bad villain based on this video, but I don't fucking know her. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one.